Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks free of the 25 to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this Hump Day edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, rocking my White Sox hat for the second time this season. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple, but wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning as well, like that page. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and click the subscribe button. Okay. Also, click the notification button. That's the little bell that's right next to it, and that will let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. All right, get it? Got it? Good. All right. If you're watching this on our mobile app, yay, baby, yay. All right. And if you haven't downloaded the app, come on, man. What your problem is? All right, listen, here's what you do. Go to wherever you get your apps from. And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you get your apps from, okay? Whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, Weebolts, Gold Blast, wherever you get them from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence Council Ther. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching us on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. Yeah. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us this favor. Okay? Do us this favor. Download the Sports Zone Chicago's channel. Put our tile right next to all the big boys, right next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Disney Plus, Apple Plus, Stars, Paramount Plus, HBO Max. Man, put them right next to all of them, and you can watch us on the big screen. Hell, we're on the big screen right Mickey Ficky now. You can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at The Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at The Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IGer and you do it just for the gram, well, follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we have a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, all right, do us a favor. Leave us a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you, Papa. Ladies, gentlemen, that's you. All right? So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Man, the chat is jumping like crazy, like a whole bunch of Mexican jumping beans. Woo, I like it. Let's check it out. What's up? Cornelius Squall's in the house. What up? All my sports zoners in the Mickey Ficky house. Levette Lee in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Mama. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. King Booker World in this Joker. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. Jr. What's up, baby? That's what I'm talking about. I like this kind of party, baby. Man, we have some fun in the house. All right, Jay Grizz up in his mother Hubbard. Hell yeah. Oh, wait, all right. I don't know about that comment. I don't know about that comment, Jay Grizz. Shorty is in the house, Mr. Shorty. He's in the house, baby. Good to see you, man. Good to have you back. You've been here consistently recently. I know you take time off of work or kind of duck out. You know what? I appreciate it. Listen, I know a lot. I don't know a lot about a lot. King Booker World, stop your nonsense. That's 2 of 100. All right, that's the first 2 of 100. That's it. 2 down, 98 to go, baby. AC Adam in this Joker. What's up? Be Smooth in the house. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, baby? Happy hump day. FFG style in this mother Hubbard. Hell yeah. Man, so man, I'm telling you, we got a great show. I'm fired up, man. I'm really fired up. My man Emilio Bucks is going to join us at 10 o'clock. We're going to do kind of like a round. We're going to talk a lot. All right. Emilio hosts the podcast Plunked Chicago. Okay. And it's 2 teams, 1 city. It's a baseball podcast. He hosts with Krista Petit. But the thing that I told you, I love talking to guys. I love talking to people who are multifaceted and who follow more than one sport or knowledgeable in more than one sport. And Emilio is one of those dudes. You've noticed I had a lot of people on here like that, like Eugene McIntosh. The other day we had Shawn Davis on. Give me people that I like talking, even though they may cover one specific team or one specific sport. Okay. They are like Brad Squires, another one. Okay. I love when I'm able to talk to them about different sports. And my man Emilio Bucks is one of those dudes, and I'm excited. We're gonna talk a little White Sox. All right, we're on a roll, baby, with 1 in a row. I'm fired up. And we're gonna talk some other stuff. We're gonna talk a little NCAA hoops. Okay, we're gonna talk some Bulls. So we have a lot to talk, man. So don't go anywhere, man. Keep it locked here on Sports Zone Chicago because, man, we're going to come at you. We're going to give it to you raw, 100% straight, no chaser. And I like it. I like it like that. So let's see. So listen up. Guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Let's see. Which way do we go? The first top of the morning topic. Man, you know damn well where we're going. The White Sox, baby. The good guys. Yay. The good guys. With a big win yesterday. On the road in the land. In Cleveland. Beat the Guardians 7-5. Woo-wee. I was fired up. Soroka, he got the start. He got a no decision. He went 3 2/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 punch outs. Michael Kopech. He came in to get his second of his 57 save, or probably 70 saves he's going to get this year. Okay, I exaggerate for comedic effect. He got his second save of the year, went 2 innings, no hits, 4 walks. Kevin Pillar was 1 for 2 with a double, his first, driving in his first and second RBIs of the season. Fletcher was 1 for 1, hitting his third double of the season, driving in his second and third RBIs of the year. And Andrew Mr. Vaughn, he was 2 for 4 with a double, his first, driving in his third RBI of the season. Bad news. Next top of the morning topic, Yohan Moncada suffered an adductor strain running to first base and is definitely going to miss some time. You know, why? Why? It's tough. You know, you can't even run to first. He wasn't feeling well, they said. But running to first. So Eloy goes down running to first. Yo-Yo goes down running to first. Lubob goes down running to first. What the hell is going on over there? What in the blue hell is going on over there on 35th and Shields? I have no idea. And it's frustrating. Well, the Sox, they finished up in Cleveland today. They have the rubber match. First pitch is at 5:10 Central. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago or listen to it on their flagship, AM 1000. Eric Fetty is on a bump for the White Sox. He's 0-0 with a 2.79 ERA. And Tanner Bybee is on a bump for the Guardians. He's 1-0 with a 3.68 ERA. Late last night, we got the word. The Cubs beat the Padres 5-1 down in San Diego. Okay. Brown got the start. He got a no decision. He went 4 2/3, 3 hits, a walk, 5 punch outs. Christopher Morel, the man of the hour, tower of power, too sweet to be sour. He was 2 for 3, hitting a homer, hitting a granny. His third homer of the season, driving in 4 RBIs, upping his total to 10. Yan Gomes was 2 for 4 with a homer, his first of the season, driving in his first RBI of the campaign. This Christopher Morel kid, dude, I really like him. Just sucks that he plays for the Cubs. My morning protein shake. Great workout at CrossFit today. So I definitely had to get my protein shake in. This Christopher Morel kid is something. He's a guy you need to get his bat, keep his bat in the lineup. And they try putting him at third, and he's kind of like, good at third. Put him in the outfield, but where are you going to put him? All right, the DH them opening day. So do you want to do that? You can move him around. You got to keep that bat in the lineup though, because he's young, he's energetic, and right now I don't think he cares where he bats. Just get him to the plate is what he wants, which is perfect. I think that's exactly what this team needs. Just give me someone who can. Just give me someone who can, who can just hit whenever. And I think he's that kid. He's not worried about it. Just give me in the lineup, coach. I got you. So we'll see. But it's definitely a breath of fresh air. When you get young men like that, youngsters like that who come up in the league. This is second year in the league. And man, he got here, or this is his third. I don't remember. But man, he got here with an attitude of gratitude. And it's so pure. Not a lot of hype around him, not a lot of controversy around him. Just a young man who's living his dream playing professional baseball, and he doesn't take it for granted. He does not take it for granted. He just wants to be in there every day, wherever you need him. He can go. I just think they do need to settle on a spot for him. A spot in the field and a spot in the lineup. Put him third if you want. Put him fifth wherever you want to put him in the lineup. Just put him there and leave him there. I just leave him there. Well, we'll see. Anyway, the Cubs finish up their series with the Los Padres today. First pitch is 3:40 p.m. our time, Central Time. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. Kyle Hendricks is on a bump for the Northsiders. He's 0-1 with 11.74 ERA. He's going up against former White Sox Dylan Cease. who's a former Cub, that's where we got him from, who's 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA. There might have been a couple of those matchups already. Kyle Hendricks and Dylan Cease. You know, funny the turns that life takes. The twists and turns that life takes. It's man. Huh? Brian, what do we say? Look at Shawn going old school superstar Billy Graham. What I gotta grow goatee and I gotta walk on camera like that to be Billy Graham. Superstar Billy Graham. I don't get it. Book of World's like, I'm not watching the game until they win 3 in a row. Oh, you may not catch a game. Oh man. Shawn, yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the one thing that I will say. That is the only sliver of a silver lining in this cloud is that it happened early. Okay? It happened early. All right? It happened very early, and I think that's important because you have a chance to come back, and if you have a good season, this will be in the rearview mirror like by the All-Star break. This will be forgotten by the All-Star break. But they have to have a good season. They got to come back. All right? Cornelius, yes, they do. Man, give me a call, White Sox. Give me a call. I think I had one hamstring injury, one soft tissue injury when I was a track coach, strength and conditioning coach for during the football season. Not one soft tissue injury. So I know what I'm doing. Come on, baby. White Sox, give your boy a call. I look good decked out in that black and white, baby. See, I'm decked out in the hat. So, yeah, there was just a lot going on, man. And yeah, so according to King Booker, yeah, I don't like that either. That's stupid. That's just to me, that's stupid. It's it's stupid. But what are you gonna do? And you know what's really funny though? Like they came up with the name the Guardians, right? Okay. Who the hell okayed that? Like obviously that's not the only name they came up with. So who the hell okayed Guardians? And when we saw the press release for it, the hype video for it, and I was like, Guardians? Like that's the dumbest thing in the world. That is the dumbest name in the world. It is out and out stupid. Oh, the man of the hour, Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. Well, you know where so you're a little older than me, but you know where I got it from? I got it from P.S. Michael Hayes, Clash Championship Wrestling. Yeah. So my guy Mondo says, Junior Son Mondo says, it's because of the Guardian statues in Cleveland. Okay. Yeah, they did the whole trailer thing when you know what? I'll have to go look it up. I'll do that today. I'll go look it up. Look up the trailer and see what they say and how they came up with the name Guardians. Like, come on, dude. Hey, you watch your mouth, Barrelissimo. Don't you blaspheme over here, damn it. Hey, they won last night for the second time this year, Mother Hubbard. Barrelissimo, win. Hey, this is win 2 of 100, man. They're about to go on a streak. Don't get it twisted. Plank, what's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, happy heavenly birthday to your mom, Barrelissimo. Thoughts and prayers, baby, going to you and the fam. It's got to be a tough one. I appreciate you spending it with me, and you're definitely in my prayers. Yes. You remember the Freebirds. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Baddest street in the whole USA. Bad Street, nasty and hot. The further down the block you went, the badder it got. Man, I'm telling you, wrestling was dope back in the day. When they first were trying to get the marketing and the promoting and that is crazy. Yeah, it's about right. So in 2024, we'll get our next one. Oh man. Let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, well, we'll finish up with more top of the morning topics. All right. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
can have a bat here at the big leagues, and there he is, delivering in the first. Down the line, fair ball, Grossman will score, and Lenyn Sosa delivers the first RBI of the game. White Sox on top, 1-0.
But I don't think it's the reason everybody thinks.
Vaughn delivers. A base hit to right field. They're going to hold up Sosa. As Moncada scores, it is 2-0 White Sox here in the first. 2-2 from Kopech. No chance. Sit him down.
Pretty unbelievable. A lot like Minnie Minoso in that respect.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Kopech. And he strikes out the side. Got him looking. Strike 3.
Woo-wee! Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Those are the White Sox, baby. We got a closer. We got a closer. It's too bad we're not leading in the ninth inning very often. Too bad we're getting shut out a lot. But man, you saw Michael Kopech reaching back. He went 2 innings. He went 2 innings. And boy, he was Charlie, 100 miles an hour. 101 with a little bit of movement. That's what I'm talking about. As I said, those clips courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Woo-wee. I like it. I like that kind of party. Man, he's just, man. Well, moving on up. Next topic of the morning topic, the Bulls, baby. Only the Bulls. Only the Bulls. Okay, la. The Bulls, they fall to the New York Knicks 128-117. DeMar DeRozan led the way for Chicago with 34 points. Vooch led the way with 26 points, 5 boards, and Kobe White, he chipped in 24 points in the losing cause, I should say. This Bulls team is something else, you know? This Bulls team is something else. And the Knicks are good, so it's not like I'm mad that they should have beat the Knicks. No, they're a good team. They're like 5th in the league, or 5th in the Eastern Conference. Let me put this, you know. But watching them, the inconsistency, and that's the problem. All right, that's the problem with this team. All right, they go to Detroit tomorrow. All right. A team they should beat, but so they'll probably lose. They go to Washington on Friday, a team they should beat, but they'll probably lose. Then they finish up the regular season on Sunday. This is the 3rd time in 6 games in the last 6 games. Remember, they played the Knicks 3 times in the final 6. All right, how that scheduling came out, I have no idea, but that's got to change. But nonetheless, you know, so Friday we'll be talking about Thursday's game and Friday's game for the Bulls. And we'll also be mentioning Sunday's game. And, you know, Monday we'll be definitely talking about Sunday's game. You know, there was so many. How can I put it? So many different things going on with this Bulls team. And, you know, one of the things that was a little frustrating was they had, there you go. Yesterday there was a play. There was a play during the game that epitomized this Bulls season. All right, epitomized it. And I thought we had it. No, we don't. Shoot. Steve had a family situation, so he didn't get to upload everything I needed. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. So here's what we're going to say. We'll see if we can do it this way. See if we can do it this way. Because I need to show this. This is the epitome of what's going on. in a microcosm, this is exactly the Bulls season in one play. And if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. You know, but if you didn't, just watch, because this is, you sit there and you wonder, like, how can this team be? What are they going to do next to embarrass themselves? Is it going to be the front office again this time? Is it going to be the coaching staff this time? Is it going to be the players this time? If so, which player? Or is it going to be a combination of both? You know? So here's the shoot. So here's the, I'm pulling this up. Like I said, Steve had a family situation, so we had to. This is epitomized what's happened. This whole Bull season. This is the epitome of it.
That's a steal for Drummond. Andre Drummond knocked it free. And Torrey Craig. No, you got to be kidding me.
Oh my, Shaq to the full. Oh my goodness.
Let's watch it again because I didn't get it in full screen. This is.
Second on the bench. Watch it. Bogdanovich never stopped moving. That's a steal for Drummond. Andre Drummond knocked it free. And Torrey Craig. No, you got to be kidding me.
Oh my, Shaq to the full. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that's a timeout. Oh my goodness, wow.
Billy Donovan is furious right now,
Drummond
and
is
Andre
hurt?
Drummond is hurt after all that.
Man, you got to be kidding me.
If that wasn't the most emblematic possession of the Bulls season, I don't know what is.
Wow, bro. Come
Between
on now.
a steal, a missed dunk with miscommunication, and then an injury, that was your Bulls season in one sequence.
Well, I think Torrey Craig was throwing up to himself, and I think Drummond thought
he was throwing it to him.
Oh, man, that's oof. Wow.
And now the concern is with Drummond at the other.
That clip courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Is that not the most? Does that not encapsulate the Bulls season? I mean, it was just out and out embarrassing. Out and out embarrassing. And then add insult to injury, insult to embarrassment. He gets hurt. He gets hurt. James Ford in the house. What's up, Papa? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Who gets you heated? I appreciate it, man. We got more people in the. Brandon Schutz in the Mickey Picky house. Good morning. Good morning, B. I appreciate it for tuning in. Plank is in the house. That's what I'm talking about. You know, this is just crazy. This Bulls team. So, go to the next top of the morning topic. The Blackhawks, baby. The Blackhawks, they travel St. Louis. They travel to St. Louis to take on the Blues. All right, that's tonight. Puck drop is 7 o'clock Central. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. All right, or you can listen to it on their flagship station, 7:20 a.m. Did I? You know, I didn't. Oh, man. Yeah. So I meant to do that, and I didn't know exactly. This is tough. We gotta bear with me. Like I said, Steve had a family situation he had to deal with, And so I'm doing both, which I have no problem with. It's not an issue. There we go. We'll have something up in a second. Yep. Perfect. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Going to the next top of the morning topic. The numbers are in. This is what was amazing. The women's NCAA championship game on Sunday averaged 18.7 million viewers. 18.7 million viewers. And at the peak, 24 million people. Are you freaking kidding me? 24 million people. According to the Sun Times, the only sporting events in the U.S. to draw a bigger TV audience since 2019 have been football. Okay, you got to understand that. The World Cup and the Olympics. It was the most watched basketball game since 2019 when the men's NCAA title game between Virginia and Texas Tech averaged 19.6 million. And the audience, and this is from the AP and the Sun Times today, the audience for the national title game last year was up over 89% when Iowa lost to LSU. And it was 285% bigger than the viewership for the Gamecocks title 2 years ago when they beat UConn. Listen. You know, there's a lot of talk, and you know, there's people want to argue just to argue. You know, I don't get that. All right, and people want to argue stuff that's not even the point. You know, but when people deflect, so my favorite thing is, oh well, man, well, you say you're comparing quarterback to yeah, well, Dan Marino his first year, or Troy Aikman his first year. Oh, so you're comparing such and such to Troy Aikman? And they want to get you off the thing because they don't have they deflect. They don't have a good response, and they're probably stuck. So keep people on track. Like, we'll discuss your question after you answer mine. So Troy Aikman had such and such his rookie year, and it's compared to this and this and this, and look what happened to him. So don't, Troy's a Hall of Famer. This guy can go this route. Well, you're comparing such and such. Obviously, I am, fool. Obviously, I am. Bear, listen. When can the Bulls move on from Levine? Well, they can't move on from him now because he's hurt, so he's going to miss the rest of the season. From my understanding is that they're going to try and trade him in the offseason, which is going to be kind of weird because no one will have seen him play since, some months ago. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to have to roll with him the next season, all right, just so people can see that he's back healthy. Once he starts dunking and doing crazy stuff, I think then you'll get some momentum, trying to people who might be interested in him. So. You asked what's the more dominant team? It's a tough one. You know who I'll say? South Carolina. You know why? 2 back-to-back undefeated regular seasons, 4 straight Final Fours. Yeah. And here's the thing. They did it with a completely new starting 5. The top 6 players, the starting 5 and the 6 women, pardon me, for South Carolina were all drafted in the WNBA draft last year. WNBA draft. Top 6 players on your team that went undefeated move on, get drafted, and you come back and go undefeated again. Not even talking win the title, just go undefeated again. And on top of that, you win the title. Yeah, that's no slight at UConn. UConn, what they did, back-to-back, now they're going for the three-peat. Got to pay Pat Riley some royalties if they use a three-peat because he copyrighted that term, a three-peat. But wow. Look at the numbers. 18.7 million, average 18.7 million with a peak of 24. Are you kidding me? You know, whatever. And I love Dawn Staley. I don't know if you've known this, if you can tell by my post, but I love me some Dawn Staley. All right. Love me some Dawn Staley. And I'm just in awe of what she's done, how she carries herself. I just am. I just am. I love it. I love it. Love her. She's phenomenal for the game. And I love the fact that after the game, not once, but twice did she thank Caitlin Clark. She knows. She knew. Like Brooke knew. Brooke knew too. That's why we're going this year. If you got that reference, I will be very impressed. Brooke knew too. That's why we're going this year. My friends from high school would know that. That's something we said all the time. We quoted. But Dawn Staley personally thanked Caitlin Clark for getting more eyes on the game. Personally thanked her for carrying this sport for 2 seasons. King Booker World, I am impressed. I am impressed. Hey, you know what? King Booker World, reach out to me. I'll send you some stickers and some stuff. I got some Sports Zone Chicago stickers you can put on your Yeti, or a cooler if you go to work, or a folder. I'll send you some stuff. All right. Brooke knew too. That's why we going this year. But Dawn Staley knew. She understands. She knows what Caitlin Clark has done. Caitlin Clark has literally, no hyperbole whatsoever, no exaggeration whatsoever, literally carried the game. Literally brought millions and millions of people to watch women's basketball. Millions of people who weren't watching last year. I just gave you the numbers. Just gave you the numbers from last year. The same chick. Same girl was in the finals. Gave you the numbers, and look at the numbers from 2 years ago when she wasn't in it. To last year, the first year she was in it, to this year in the championship game. Last year, when UConn lost to South Carolina, okay, or the viewership, I should say, was 285% bigger than when UConn lost to South Carolina, when South Carolina won the title 2 years ago. And then there's still 89% over last year's. This girl is money on the court, off the court. No, Caitlin Clark cannot play in the NBA. All right. She could not have a long 6'5" shooting guard, defensive stopper, locking her up because she'd be locked up. Could Dawn Staley coach an NBA team? Hell yes. Hell yes. Ball is ball. She would just have to get used to the ability of the athleticism. But let's not forget, see, people may not know this, Bellissimo. She grew up in Philly. In North Philly, not West Philly, with Will Smith. Remember, in West Philadelphia, born and raised. She grew up in North Philly. That's a tough part of town. And she grew up playing with guys the names you may remember, Bo Kimball and Hank Gathers. Okay? She grew up balling with them in the street. Back then, girls ain't allowed to play with guys unless you got stupid game. She had stupid game. So not only would she be able to coach it, she's played against men. On the playground was where she spent most of her days. You're damn right it was. You know, Becky Harmon. No, but Becky Harmon's not the head coach. Man, Dawn could be the head coach. Let's keep that real. Dawn could be a head coach in the NBA. She can coach an NBA team. Oh, hell yeah. And you know what? I'll tell you what. And whoever first day she steps in, she's got mad respect. Because that's what players want. They want people a person that they can respect. You have to respect her. You have to respect her. 2-time National Collegiate Player of the Year. 3-time gold medalist, NCAA champion. 3-time gold medal winner. 4-time coach of the year. With 3 times being the national champion. Come on, man. The resume don't get any better than that. The resume don't get any better than that. I just don't think Dawn would consider the NBA because of this. And I could be wrong. I think she enjoys shaping the future of young ladies. Don't get me wrong, the money might come different, but hey, she can go to South Kakalaka and be like, hey, homie. Hey, homie. Hold on, player. I need to renegotiate. We need to renegotiate something. And what can South Carolina say? No. What? South Carolina would be foolish. Foolish. Did I oh, please don't tell me oh, come on. I know I have it somewhere. Son of a biscuit. It's not the one I wanted, but okay, we'll do that. We'll use that. Man. Look at this resume. Look at this resume. I'll pull it up for you. Look at this resume. So when you ask, can she coach men's? Shh. You can tell him I need some more O's for my woes. Oh, that's hilarious, King. But look at this resume. What do we had? No, come on, silly, wrong one. Told you, Steve's not around. I lose all I got all crazy and stuff. Look at this resume. 3-time national champion as a coach. 8-time SEC tournament winner. 4-time Naismith Coach of the Year. And as I said the other day after the game on Monday, her record the last 3 years is 109-3. Are you freaking kidding me? First undefeated season in Gamecock history, women's Gamecock history. Well, they had an undefeated regular season last year. They just lost in the Final Four to Iowa. Dude, 109-3 with 5 new starters. With 5 new starters. Their top 6 got drafted by the WNBA. She had freshmen move up. She added freshmen that enrolled, that came in and played big minutes. Freshmen became sophomores. Sophomores became juniors. Carmela Cardoso became a senior. Raven Johnson took a big step forward after Caitlin Clark just waved her off like, she ain't none. Don't worry about it. She ain't going to shoot. So Raven Johnson said, I got you, oh. I got you today, oh. Let me block your shot 3 or 4 times. Let me steal the ball from you 3 or 4 times. That's coaching. You don't think Dawn Staley had anything to do with that? You're nuts if you don't think that. You don't think Dawn Staley got in her face and said, look what this girl did. She punked you. She pulled your whole card last year. She punked you on national TV. What you going to do about it? You don't think Dawn Staley did that? Dawn's from the old school, man. Dawn's from, she punked. She went up right to her face and like, what you going to do? You got a chance to redeem yourself. Most people don't get that chance. You got that chance. What you going to do? I know Dawn Staley talked to her like that. I know it. And Raven Johnson responded. So, hell yeah, she can coach in the NBA. I just don't know if she wants to deal with all the drama. She loves coaching these young women. And personally, I love her coaching women's college basketball. I love it. Because her girls can still make money. Her girls can still make money. And they can still be taught lessons in life. And I think that would probably be the most optimum scenario. The fact that you're getting money, because some of these girls don't come from money. Some do. It's a case-by-case scenario. But when you have money, when you sign $600,000, $500,000, $850,000, $950,000, $1 million, you get all that in NIL, your life changes. You change. Along with the people around you, of course. And a lot of these girls may never have, personally, have never had that amount to their name. Now, their parents could be rich, but when that's yours, it's a whole different. When that's yours and you're at college, college is no little utopia. That's like the perfect world. You're shielded from all the craziness in the real world. I think that's where Dawn would do her best work. Just a huge fan of Dawn Staley and what she's done. So listen, let's take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, my man's and them is waiting. I like it. I'm fired up. My man Emilio Bucks is going to join us, so don't go anywhere, folks. We're talking a little White Sox baseball. 2nd out of 100 wins for the season. We're ready to roll, baby. We're ready to go. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you spit out your coffee, Emilio. I was only kidding. Jokes. I got jokes. Emilio Bucks on the other side. Keep it locked right here, folks. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the Army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay,
Thanks a lot.
thank you.
We're looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
Moncada down that third base line. Tough play. Oh, no. Moncada goes down, and you can tell he is in pain.
Well, we knew that he was not 100% coming into this. And just about the time he got to the bag, he went down. And now Pedro's coming out. On first glance, this does not look good.
Just what the White Sox could not afford to happen. Eloy Jimenez is already on the injured list. Luis Robert.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. That was my man. You know I love me some Yo-Yo, man. Since he came in here day one. Next, my guest will tell you, he knows I'm a big Yo-Yo fan. Critical of him at times, don't get me wrong. He deserved it. But, man, I love me some Yoan Moncada, man. And he just – because one of the things I said, I'm like, we still have talent. We still have Eloy. We still have Yo-Yo. We still have Lubob. Oh, no, we don't. They all got hurt running to first base. What in the blue hell is that? My next guest is a good friend of the program. He was on a couple weeks ago, and I had to get him back because, one, remember I told you, I love being able to talk to people who are multifaceted, not just locked in one sport. I can only talk this because I only watch this. Okay, good for you, but I like to be able to talk a variety of sports. All right, when you're in the barbershop, when you're in the bar, when you're in the cigar lounge, when you're at a barbecue, you're at the park with your boys, we talk shit. All right, we talk, and sports goes from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Can you stand in those different conversations? I don't really know about the Bulls. I stopped watching them since Michael. I don't know. All right, good. Get out of here. All right. You know what I mean? It's to be able to talk, but then again, we're of that age group where we played all those sports. So we played those sports. We watched the White Sox. We watched the Cubs. We watched the Bulls. We watched the Blackhawks. And obviously we watched the Bears. So we're in there. So we can talk those things. And that's why I like having people like my next guest on. People who can talk, and not just guys, women too, who can talk multiple sports. He's the host of the Plunked podcast. You can find that at Plunked Chicago on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter at ebucks76. Man, let's welcome back my mans and them, Emilio Bucks. Emilio, what's up, Papa?
What's up, my brother? How you doing today?
I am fired up, baby. White Sox winner number 2.
Number 2 in the books.
2 of 100, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. 2 of 100. What are you saying? This team is going to win 100 games?
Yeah, within the next 3 years they'll win 100 games.
Okay. There we go.
Oh,
I'll do you better. In the next 2 years, we'll win 100 games.
I should have been more Pacific.
Yeah, exactly. Must be more Pacific.
Man, but hey, Kopech looked good, man. He's ready to roll.
Kopech had his best stuff last night, better stuff than I had seen in about a year and a half. And Kopech said he wanted that closer role. And I think last night what we saw from him, that's a good step forward towards solidify in that closer role if he wants it. It's his job to lose. You know what I mean?
I like for him. I always thought the closer role was good once he started having some issues, you know, um, personal issues, and then Tommy John and all this stuff. And I was like,
And can't
okay,
get out of that third inning
yeah,
issue.
I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, then he's got to be using short spurts, 2 innings max. Is there a role in the pitching staff where it can
Right.
only really need it for 2 innings max? Let me
I
think
think there
this out.
could be. I think there
So
could be.
man, I agree with you. His stuff was electric yesterday, and he had that swag, he had that aura about him, like you ain't hit shit.
Man,
And dude,
faced 6 batters and struck out 4 of them.
I'm saying
Good stuff.
that is closer material. That is Hall of Fame closer material. Not that I'm putting him there. I'm just saying that's a Hall of Fame 6 outs. Like, damn.
It was a Hall of Fame performance. I'll give you that much. Came in and dominated the 8th and 9th innings to solidify this much needed win by the White Sox.
Man, so what do we
What up,
go
Brian?
from here, man? What do we go from here? Now we got our 3 big guns out. All right, all running to first base. First of all, what the hell is that?
I mean, we've been complaining about the training staff for some years now. Like, I don't know what is going on. All of these soft tissue issues. Our guys can't run to first base. I don't know. And then it's like we live in an era now where we criticize guys for not running those ground balls out to first, but then you look at what happens. It's like, man, you wonder why even risk it. I don't know. I don't have any answers for you, Shawn. It's baffling. Like, who are our three most talented players that we talked about coming into this season, all within the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks go down with like the same injury is baffling.
It really is, and not only baffling but frustrating because they were the only hope we had. Because remember, we're like, oh well, they still have talent. I know they're rid of talent, but we still have a lot of legitimate talent. Because at their peak, if they got anywhere close to their potential, Yoel Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, and Luis Robert are all MVP candidates. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
they haven't gotten close to their potential. The only one who has is Luis Robert, and that was a start last year. And it's, I know that, Boston had the curse of the Bambino on them. What's our curse? The Cubs had, the GOAT curse. What the hell's our curse, man?
It's called the Jerry Reinsdorf curse. And it's infected not one but 2 of our beloved Chicago teams.
Oh, we'll talk about them in a minute.
Seriously, brother. Seriously. I don't know. Like, do we believe in curses? I mean, as sports fans in Chicago, we tend to believe in curses because we don't have any other explanation for so many losing ways that we've endured over the years. It's just a tough break, man. I mean, we know injuries are part of any sport, but my God, man, we are just hit with them time after time, year after year, and especially with our best players. And it's frustrating, it's baffling, it's just discouraging, man.
Why it happens to the same guys, and that's the issue. All right, Luis Robert. Remember, we were ecstatic that he played over 100 games last year. Like, oh my God, great. All right, Eloy was going to get hurt at some point, and he did. We knew Yo-Yo was going to get hurt at some point, and he did last year. But we're saying, okay, Lou Bob, we need you to stay healthy again for the majority of this season. Like, okay, cool. Eloy, all right, we need you to stay healthy. Yo-Yo, if you guys stay healthy and if Yo-Yo figures out who he wants to be as a hitter, man, we got 3 legit dudes in the middle of that lineup that could really rake and cause some damage. And
now we're looking at a good month and a half to 2 months without him, so. And I don't know what the latest is on Yo-Yo, but it did not look good. And we're on standby today seeing what those test results show up.
Yeah, and it's, man, like I said, I love me and how I love Yo-Yo. So it's a groin injury. is what the adductor is. For all intents and purposes, a groin injury. So we all know how groin injuries can be. Being a football player for so long, and man, that was the worst thing. And that's why I'm telling you, when I stretch before a game, I would have a 45-minute to an hour stretching routine pregame every game.
Yeah, what is it?
Every
Are these
game.
guys not stretching? What is it? What is going on?
And I have no clue because I'm like, okay, and I thought about, okay, well, maybe because they go and sit. I'm like, yeah, but then I sat. All right, like we score a touchdown, or we transfer turnover on downs or whatever. We punt the ball. I'm on the sideline. I'm sitting down.
Of course.
All right, then I get up and go back and play. And
And
that's the same thing as
baseball players,
baseball.
we know they sit. We know baseball players sit.
So it's like, I don't know. I have no idea what they do, and it's frustrating. Moving forward, we'll talk a little bit about the guys on the north side. They got off to a good start. It would have been 8-2 had they won 2 days ago when they blew that 8-run lead.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Dude.
Kudos to San Diego, but that was crazy.
Kudos to former White Sox minor leaguer Fernando Tatis Jr.
Just came and put it on them and tattooed them.
Oh, so I was talking so much trash to my guy Armando in the chat, Junior. He's one of my best friends, and he's a huge Cub fan. And oh my God, people at CrossFit on Tuesday came in, and I was giving them stuff, and one of them didn't even realize it. He goes, "I went to bed last night. They're up 8-0."
Yeah, I did too. I didn't realize they lost till the next day. It was 8-0. I mean, I was like, yeah, it was a West Coast game. It was late. I'm like, all right, they got it locked. No lead is safe in any professional sports, and you gotta love it. That's why we play 9 innings. That's why we play 4 quarters, because every minute counts, brother.
It does. But the Cubs season looks to be starting off really well. Started off 0-2. We're like, ha, you're like us, and like, no, we're not.
No, we're not. No.
I felt like
even
Homer.
when they started 0-2, I recognized it was against the World Series champions. So, the Cubs are doing what the Cubs are supposed to be doing at this point. So we shouldn't be surprised. And we'll see what Belly is looking like. He's back for another year of some good belly ball.
Yeah,
and that turned out to be so far a really great signing. And we got Craig Counsell at the helm, and they still could use some pitching. Obviously, when we saw them give up that 8-run lead, you know what I mean. But in this wide open NL Central, they could still easily be the favorites to win the Central.
Yeah, I think so too. And when you look at it, like Kyle Hendricks at one point was the ace of this rotation. After kind of being an understudy, remember he had Jake Arrieta in front of him. He had
John Lester in front of him.
Lester, Arrieta, and who's the guy who came here for hair? He didn't come here for a haircut.
Come for a haircut.
I forgot.
Joe, what's his name?
No. Oh, you guys, my Cub fans will know. You'll put in the chat.
With the big teeth. I see his face.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so he kind of grew up under them, and then he was the ace for a while. John Lackey. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, John Lackey. And now he's kind of like the 4th, 5th starter. He's going up against Dylan Cease today. God. Another former Cub and the Cub prospect.
Another former
White
Cub
Sox
prospect, former White Sox player.
But looking to get 2 out of 3 from San Diego. I'm looking forward to that. But their season looks good. You talked about Belly. The pitching is good. Man, I give me your thoughts a little bit on, after having a couple of games under their belt, 10, 12 games under their belt. How do you think this Cubs team's going to finish?
I think there's still going to be some moves made, especially before that trade deadline. I really think they need to shore up that, if they got Belly in center field, they really need to figure out what's going on at first base. They're kind of like platooning at first base, and we know that's winning teams generally aren't platooning any
No.
major position. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's just kind of like a placeholder until they get the guy. You know, I think there's still hopes of PCH figuring some things out and coming up. I don't know what the deal was going on with Matt Mervis, if he's still in the mix or anything like that. But
No.
I think they need to kind of figure that out, and I think they will. It's early in the season. They look good with what they got so far. I only expect them to get better. They're going to slump here and there, just like all teams do throughout the year. But Cubs fans got a lot to look forward to the rest of the season, especially once it gets warm.
What about Morel? Hits a granny last night. You know, he's played third base, looked a little third.
I mean, he
DH
looked a
opening
little
day.
at third base, but with that bat, you take it. You know what I mean? Like you'll deal with what you get at third base when he's swinging the bat like that. You know what I mean? It was kind of like you know, Tim Anderson's glove wasn't always great, but when he was hitting over 300, you know what I mean? Like you'll take that bat and keep him in the lineup. So I think Morel's going to be fine. He's going to get better in the field once he gets more gets more looks at third base. I think he'll get better, and he's swinging a high bat. So like, what can you really say?
Dude, and that's the thing. I was talking about that with one of the guys at CrossFit this morning. I'm like, you just got to keep his bat in the lineup.
Absolutely.
You just, you know, and I wonder how if he and it could be because he's a youngster who's just so happy to be here. Like he's like when he first got here, like his attitude of gratitude, like he was just doing whatever. You were just I'll be the ball boy. I'll get you water.
Well,
I'll
your
do
kid
whatever
happy
as long
to
as
be
I
there.
as long as I can get a bat every 3 innings, 2.5, 3 innings, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, would it be okay? Do you think he can sustain being a utility guy? You know, one day at first, next day at third, next day at center, next day in right, next day at DH. Could he prosper or flourish in that type of role? Because most guys would rather have a spot, give me a position, give me a place in the batting order, and let me be. But not
I
him.
think
He's
so
young.
far we've seen him do okay getting moved around. You know, I mean, I can only speak from what I've seen, and he has been flourishing, playing all over the field. Now, I don't know what that does for the Cubs as a team, not having him in one position, and what does that speak to with them needing a fielder, but then not having their fielding completely shored up where there's no place for him to jump around. I don't know what that says for them as a team, but as a player, he seems to be doing fine. You know, ask this kid to DH, ask him to play third, ask him to play left. He does it okay, and he swings a mean stick. So
that's the crazy part. That's you need it. You want, as great as his offense is, like you said, we put up with Tim Anderson's routine ground balls going over the head of the first baseman and short hopping the first baseman because of his bat, because of his ability to hit, put the ball in play, hit a home run, hit a big, get get the merry-go-round moving, get the guys on the bases running. So, we'll see. Good luck to the Cubs. I like the team. I just can't stand their goofy ass fans.
I hear you, man. I just, like it always makes hey, big up to my Cubs fans, my friends and family who are Cubs fans. You know what I mean? But it's just like it's always just makes the White Sox season worse when they're playing good and the Sox aren't. It just feels so
we
much
can't
worse
talk. We
as a
can't
White
talk
Sox
back.
fan. Oh my God. It feels so much worse.
But let's switch gears, man. And one of the reasons I do love having you on is your ability to talk all this thing. Obviously, you host a couple of podcasts. The Plunked podcast, which is Two Teams, One City, all right, which is about North Side, South Side baseball. But you also hold Bull Spit, all right. Talk to me about what's going on over there. Hey, Evie, listen, you don't fill a ballpark. It's all the jamokes. Like, let's go to Wrigley. Let's take a day off. Not don't fill that ballpark. All right.
People with bad work ethics and
let's take a day off. Let's go. Let's go.
And tourists.
And yes, and tourists. And plenty of tourists. But let's switch gears. What is going on with this Bulls team. All right, they for whatever reason they're losing to crap teams. All right, beating teams that are higher than them, are rated seated better than them, and they got 2 games coming up against Detroit and Washington. 2 teams that are
Washington,
way
who have
behind them.
played them well.
Yes, and I'm scared they're going to lose those 2 games.
Absolutely, that's a real fear. That's a reasonable fear to have, Shawn, because we've seen them drop games at home to both of these teams all year. Lost to Detroit multiple times, as a matter of fact. And I think you're just looking at a team with talent who they have a coach that is not able to keep them focused. Just not able to keep them focused. It's like that tale of 2 teams, like they're bipolar. 1 minute they're this team, the next minute they're a totally unmotivated team that isn't hustling, isn't getting the loose balls, not getting 50-50 balls, as Stacey King likes to mention. And then last night, we lose our best rebounder and Andre Drummond in a series of events that was comical at best. I don't know what that, Torrey Craig throwing it off the backboard, and then
when you're down, we're down 9.
And then Drummond coming over his back what was this? That was like the Washington Generals, like playing the Globetrotters or something. It was a comedy of errors, and Billy can't have that. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand what the thinking was behind that. And to me, it reeks of a undisciplined, poorly coached team. Not to put all of the blame on Billy, but I think a lot of it goes his way.
Guys, we're joined by Emilio Bucks, host of the Plunked podcast, talking Cubs, Sox, Bulls, and little Bears in a moment right here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. What do you think about the rumors? All right, he was asked yesterday by Casey Johnson about Billy Donovan being pursued by Kentucky now that their vacancy, their head coaching vacancy is upon us after Calipari, just really weird, went from Kentucky to
Arkansas. Was that Arkansas?
But then again, when you remember who the boosters are at Arkansas, Jerry Jones, you're like, aha, aha.
He's a voice that's probably needed in Arkansas. He's got a profile that's needed for a growing Arkansas program. And hey, and touching on Billy and the rumors, of course, Billy denied him, and he answered the question the way he should, with denial. But you gotta
focus
think,
is here.
Yeah, you gotta, think he's looking at that Kentucky position and thinking like, hey, that would be a nice position to go play. All right, Jay Grid, your son's name is Emilio. That's right. There's a few of us here in the States.
So I wonder, and again, how big are the purse? How deep are they going to go in the pockets? And it's not just the actual salary. It's going to be like, okay, well, we're for Arkansas. We're going to get you. NIL also works for coaches too. Also works for coaches too. You start doing some national commercials. You start doing Dodge commercials, United Airlines commercials. Yeah, all of a sudden now, hold on, playa. Yeah, it's that $5 million turns into 7, turns into 8, turns into 10. That's a nice.
And you get to be a part of a winning organization, an organization that seems to know what they're doing in Kentucky basketball. And right now, you just can't quite say the same for Chicago Bulls basketball. Does not seem to be any real direction or real plan for the future besides run it back, or let's wait to see what Lonzo Ball can bring to this team.
And that's the sad part, because we talked about Arturas Karnisovas, like, is his seat hot? And I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
He's doing the
job that Jerry hired him to do. We're first in attendance. So we're raking in the dough for Jerry's pocket. So he's doing his job as Jerry sees fit. Not spending too much and making a lot. So I don't see where his job is. You're going to get a new coach before he's going to get a new coach before you get a new GM at this point. And we don't know, with the secret extension that Billy signed a couple years back. And we talk about this on Bullspit all the time. We're trying to figure out how many years Billy actually has left on the secret extension. We think after this season it's 1 year left, but it could be 2. Not sure. But and we know what Jerry Reinsdorf feels about paying multiple managers or multiple coaches at once.
Yep.
He just is not into doing it. So I don't know if anybody's seat is really hot at this point, unfortunately.
Hey, real quick, Jay Grizz, funny, you said you used to play baseball and basketball at Gage Park. Dude, I used to go swimming at Gage Park. And so Gage Park is about, 55th and Western, and I live on 63rd in California. So that's about a mile away. And during the summer, when the pool's open, they would have Boys' Day and Girls' Day. And then Sunday was Family Day, so you can go at any time. So, and I remember walking there I was a kid. I was 10 years old, 12 years old, going there, and just, I don't know, it was crazy that I used to walk like literally almost a mile and a half. Sometimes I did it by myself. Swimming. It's a big outdoor pool, and then one of the guys I think he's in Puerto Rico. Jay Grizz, you in Puerto Rico? Let me know if you're in Puerto Rico. So I think Jay Grizz is in Puerto Rico and say he grew up in and around Chicago. So that's
right on.
That's dope.
Boricua's on the move.
Yeah, that's right. Swimming too. Yes. So what about Lonzo Ball? All right, now he's been a lot more visible lately. Man, he's been on the bench. Like, damn, dude, you moved back to Chicago now or something? Like you had to check on your condo downtown or something. Why are you here so long? And not that I'm complaining. I'm just asking because he was like, I'm down in he was down in LA working out with, and now he's apparently he went through a practice. I doubt it was contact in it, but nonetheless, your thoughts on Lonzo Ball? 1, if he comes back, and 2, where do you think he is? Is he at 80% of where he was when he left before he got hurt? Is he getting back to 100%? Your thoughts?
I don't think you're going to see a 100% Lonzo Ball until at best midway through next season. That is assuming he comes back for a fully healthy training camp and starts the season on time. I don't think you see 100% of him even getting that much playing time until about halfway through the season. I question everything I see in Chicago media when it comes to sports. I wonder if this isn't another, scheme of the Bulls organization dangling Lonzo Ball in our face, getting us excited. Like, look, we're having a rough time now, but look, Lonzo's coming back. Just sit tight. Lonzo's coming back. And that's kind of like pacifying us a little bit, kind of gassing us into thinking, oh, okay, wait till we get Lonzo back.
We were first in the East when Lonzo was here. We were first in the East.
Right. He was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, well, he's practicing with the team. We're going to be straight next year. And that's going to keep us buying tickets. That's going to keep us tuning in. And it's going to keep us pacified and making no off-season moves, which they're probably going to do again, or minor off-season moves. But I'm not buying it that this is something to really, really hold us down and to look forward to. I mean, hey, maybe he comes back and he contributes, but we're just a long way off from that, I think, Shawn, and a lot has to happen health-wise still for him to get back to being able to contribute to this team anywhere near the level that he was before.
Yeah, and I think, and he was a huge part of it. And I know I joked, but we were the number 1 team in the East, best record in the East. Okay, I don't know how. I mean, there was teams in flux. I forget. Milwaukee had just come off winning the title. They were on their championship hangover. Philly, that's when Harden was there, and they really weren't vibing together.
I think, and Wasn't Harden still with Brooklyn at the time when that year?
No, but he got maybe, but I know he got sent to Philly, and there was
wherever Harden is, there's dysfunction, generally speaking. So
ain't that the truth?
So whether it was Brooklyn or Philly, there was some dysfunction going on. And the Bulls they snuck up on some teams, But.
Yeah, and then Miami still hadn't kind of got their feet underneath them, and and so it looked nice, but then when you look at the whole picture, like I don't think the Bulls were even a contender for the title, but they definitely would have made the playoffs, and probably got knocked out in the first or second round. So, but again, that's what they're selling. They're selling this. They're selling, man, we would have made the playoffs. We're selling, best record in the East. We're running back. We still have Zach. We still have DeMar. We'll still have Vooch. We got a better
Selling
Kobe
hope.
White. Yeah, is what you're doing. Literally what you're doing is selling hope, and that's the scary part, is because a lot of fans, they believe it, they see it, because what they're saying is what they're using is facts. Okay, what they're using, okay, they were the best team in the East, number one team in the East with the best record with ball, but you also knew that wasn't going to stay.
Correct.
And then when they stayed, we have we got Vooch back, DeMar back, Zach. They're older. Vooch is older. Vooch is a lot.
And Vooch has struggled this year. And we don't even know if DeMar is coming back next year. You know what I mean? This is the last year of his contract. We don't know what's going to happen. We know there's a chance that he'll resign with us, but we don't know that for sure.
Yeah. Moving on, last team I want to talk with you about, and that's our Bears, man. All right, 15 days away.
Oh my God! That'll be like such a milestone to me once we get through this draft.
Yeah,
like get through this draft the boy Caleb. Let's get ready. Let's suit up, bear down. I am just burned out on this whole situation. And then you still have a lot of people who are unhappy about the way the thing went down with Justin and who aren't sold on Caleb. And, I'm a guy who, I don't care about a player's personality. I mean, we accepted Rodman into our fold. Caleb Williams is nothing. Bring it. If the boy can play, I think he'll shut a lot of people up. I hope he shuts a lot of people up. And I'm looking forward to seeing, as long as the Bears don't do something really bear-like and pick somebody else, you know what I mean? I just cannot imagine them doing that.
I can, because they're Bears, but I'm also trying to say it's different. This is a different regime. This is just different. It's not going to be, it's different.
It is.
So
and they've proven themselves to be different thus far.
They have. And according to Trevor Sikkema, he's a lead NFL draft analyst for PFF, and he hosts the NFL co-host of the NFL Stock Exchange podcast. He said that the Washington Commanders are really ready to pony up for that number one pick. Your thoughts if they go 3-1, they pick swap 1 to 2 and 2 to 1, and then a 21, a 25 first, and a 26 first. What do you think Ryan Poles does with that? 3 first rounders.
I think he'd be a damn fool to give up this number one pick this year at this point. And he has not shown me or done anything foolish thus far. And I just can't imagine him pulling something like this. I don't know. Then, he gives up the number one pick. Who do we pick at quarterback? Because we still don't have a quarterback. Because we traded our quarterback.
If he gets the number one pick and or he gives it up and he trades, he goes to number 2, you still have Drake May.
Still have Drake May. Do we want another North Carolina quarterback?
I didn't mean to say Drake May. Excuse me. Jaden Daniels. All right. You still have JJ McCarthy. Here's the thing: you have to figure out on your board, and this is the great part, the part that we don't know, and this is the equal. How big is the gap between Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. Okay,
I think that's a fair question.
Where's the ceiling for Caden or for Caleb, and where's the ceiling for Jaden Daniels? Because if the ceilings aren't that high, that different, Caleb's could be higher. But look what you're getting as far as getting more people around him.
Yeah,
because we only have 4 picks. All right, and you're taking one with Caleb, most likely. So now you got 3 picks. All right, you can continue to build this team and build, and now Jaden Daniels would be the guy, the quarterback to come in the best situation, having DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, the 2 tight ends, upgraded running back room, upgraded defense, and who knows? Maybe you trade and maybe you can get Malik Neighbors. I don't know, because now you do that. Holy cow! Now are you looking at Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase again type deal?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. So that's still on the board.
That's still a possibility. And right now, hey, I just got to feel like, in polls we trust, and we got to just ride this thing out. And we got to know what Washington is offering before we start speculating. You know what I mean? If they're willing to throw the kitchen sink and everything at us, like, obviously polls and they're gonna take a look at everything. We do know that they're gonna take a look at everything. I just will be glad when a decision is made and we can get through this draft. I think, you keep the number 1 pick and you draft Caleb, he's still coming into a hell of a situation. Still coming into a hell of a situation that no other number 1 pick has come into. And I think that speaks a lot. I kind of feel like that may trump everything, but hey, what do I know?
And because here's what he's walking into. Hold on, player. Let me get rid of that comment. So here's what he's walking into. Oh, I gotta get rid of your name too. Sorry. So you got DeAndre Swift upgrade from the running back room. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and then the other tight end they just got from got from free agency. In addition to possibly another wide receiver. And to me, Emilio, this is the most important part of this whole thing. Not DeAndre Swift, not Keenan Allen, not DJ Moore, not Cole Kmet, and that's Shane Waldron. When you have an offensive coordinator who's called plays, who's been successful as a play caller, okay, having all this talent helps, okay, but when you have a good offensive coordinator, you can win, you can do some work because of the way you call plays.
Big facts.
But now the way you call plays, now you have this talent for the quarterback to throw to. Well, that's just stepping it up not a notch, a couple of notches. And I think that's what, I'm most excited about, is that Shane Waldron is going to be the play caller. Shane Waldron, from many reports, has been called a teacher, which I was like, oh my God, thank you. Finally. Because there's a step, it's a growing process between the college game and the NFL. And can you get developed? And that was the thing. You know what? Can the Bears have never developed a quarterback.
Never.
Okay. So now you have a guy who can do that. And not only that, Emilio, now you got, Thomas Brown waiting in the wings, who was up for the OC position as well. So once Shane Waldron leaves, say Caleb has a good year. All right, if we draft Caleb and he has a good year, 3,200, 3,500 yards, 25, 27 tutties, 8 picks, 9 picks, whatever, he's gone. Shane Waldron's gone. Like, I'm going to give me a head coaching gig. I'm out. And I'm bringing Perry Joseph with me. He's my OC in title only. So, but we already have a contingency plan. That's what I like about this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you
and I think, my hats off the polls again for lining the ducks up properly. Yeah, Shane Waldron is huge, because one of the glaring deficiencies we had last year was the play calling. My God, if I see another fucking screen call,
I might yell in the press box and get my credentials involved. What the fuck are you doing?
TV. Consecutive screens called.
Yes. 3 in a row at one
Well,
point.
okay,
8,
that
9,
didn't
or
work.
10.
Let's run it again.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fool them. We're gonna go throw it to the other side.
Right. Right.
All right, they caught that one. Guess what? They're not gonna think we're gonna
They
throw 3 in a
would
row.
never
Throw it
think
to the
we're
next to the
dumb
other
enough to
side.
do it again. Yeah. Yes, we are.
Oh my goodness, man. So what about left tackle, bro? What do you think? Are you okay with Braxton Jones for another year or so? He came in, he had problems with the bull rush. Last year he got stronger, was able to handle it better. Not great, but better. Are you okay with that particular spot now?
I'm
For another
comfortable
year?
where we are in the offensive line, except that I
Okay.
need more on the bench. I would like to see them shore up some depth on that offensive line, because I think that's what hurts us more than anything. But because that offensive line was much improved towards the end of the year versus the beginning of the year. Still have some steps to go, but I'd like to believe that some improvements. Braxton Jones is a year smarter, year older. I'm comfortable with him in his current position. I just need to see more depth on the line, and because injuries are a huge thing, are a part of the sport, and we just haven't had that depth on the offensive line in years. We haven't had like great starting pieces on the offensive line either, but
Yeah, so hell
depth
with the
is
depth.
someplace. Yeah, but definitely haven't had any depth, and so I think that's going to be important. Something that still needs to be addressed in this offseason.
I'm wondering. See, and here's the problem: is like, you know what? There's, first of all, the center. All right. I hope they draft one, because this guy's only a 1 year, only
Yeah.
signed a 1 year deal. But remember, the offense. I think our offensive line would have been better last year had they played. Remember, Nate Davis had the family situation where his mom was sick before she passed. God rest her soul. All right, so he was out, and then you moved Tevin over there, which, don't get me wrong, I love Tevin and Darnell Wright. I'm gonna say, hey Nate, we just gave you $30 million, Papa. I need you to come step over here to the left.
Yeah.
Because I like this side right here.
Yeah.
I like the right side right here. And guess what we're gonna run on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1? We're not gonna do quarterback tush push, tight end tush push. We're not throwing screens and having guess what? We're running right behind Tevin Jenkins, Darnell Wright, a tight end, and another offensive lineman who we report is eligible. We're running to the right side, damn it.
There
And
we
that
go.
excites me, dude. That excites me. He uses 2 and 3 tight end sets. Shane Waldron does. So, dude, I love it. But that offensive line that we were supposed to have week 1 didn't materialize until what, week 9, 10,
Yeah,
11?
I was gonna say at least like over halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I like to think that they'll kind of pick up from where they left off. That might be a pipe dream, but we'll see what happens.
I think they will. You know why? Because you kept the same offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Okay. Oddly, you did. So he's got these guys, because as most people know, like, the offensive line is a fraternity within the fraternity of a football team.
Absolutely.
Like, they're their own,
Absolutely.
they do their own thing.
What's so important for that line is the continuity. We
Yes.
know that, so.
So I think they will. I think Nate Davis. I still want Nate Davis to move to the left, bro. I want that strong side where Tevin and Darnell Wright just maul people. Dude, that puts a smile on my face. I just close my eyes and
your quarterback.
yeah, and so I'm excited about that. So you're good with the offensive line, all right? Let's go to the other side of the ball.
I'm not
Okay.
good with the depth of the offensive
Okay.
line. I'm good with where they are, but I like
starters.
to see more depth. Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't forget we did sign Colton something or other. He was a starting center as well, but also could play guard in addition to Bates. So we have depth at the guard position. We did sign an offensive tackle as well, so that's good. And then we'll probably get Coleman Shelton. There you go.
And Matt Pryor.
Right. Mm-hmm. So we did get some depth there. So I'm okay with that now. And if you want to draft a guy later, okay, another project and see how he works out. Okay, cool. Let's go to the other side of the ball. Are you okay with this defensive line now? despite the fact that we don't really have a name or big guy, big, superstar on the other side of Montez Sweat? Do you think DeMarcus Walker can do it? Can he just be a, pasatiempo, just, a stopgap?
I think that they need to address that other side. I mean, I would ideally like to have those monster bookends, if you know what I mean. Somebody to really complement Montez Sweat. He doesn't necessarily have to play at as high of a level as Montez, but just make sure that attention is not all on one side with Montez. You know what I mean? So I like what we were doing. I like where we were last year. I think, again, one of the most important things are health and depth, and so we just need to have more bodies, and I think we'll be okay on that line, on that defensive line.
I'm okay with DeMarcus Walker. Okay, don't get me wrong. If we can go, if you want to come up and if you want to do a Houston Texans and trade up and get, or not even trade up, just stay at 9, and we'll talk about that in a second, and get a defensive player, get Jared Verse, or Lalatu, or whoever you want. I don't care. I'm okay with that too. I just think that Coach Washington, the new defensive line coach / D coordinator, is a guy who really maximizes the skill set of his players. He's a great defensive line coach, and I think to have someone like that is a guy that is going to be beneficial to DeMarcus Walker. All right, so we might be able to be okay. And for me, the opposite. Here's what I want the opposite guy to do. All right, if we don't grab a Jared Verse, if we don't get a Dallas Turner, I want you to set the edge. That's it. Just set the edge. Give me some pressure a couple times. All right, we'll get pressure with Billings. We'll get pressure with Javon Dexter. We'll get pressure with some guy named Montez Sweat or something. He's supposed to be pretty good. We'll get pressure with those guys. All right, just set the edge on the right side of that defense.
Just be attended to.
Yeah, and I think we'll be okay because next year that edge class is deep, and I'm looking forward to being able to grab another one. And I'm not saying we can't grab one here, but I'm saying I'm looking forward to being able to grab another one next year. Since there's more talent, man, that would be dope. All right, now you put them with Sweat and DeMarcus Walker, and you know what I mean. So, this draft is deep in wide receivers. Nab a wide receiver, get one. All right, add to your quarterback. Give him a weapon, a young weapon where he can grow. Like, yeah, he's got DJ. DJ's got another year. All right, Allen might re-sign, but this is his final year in the contract. Give him someone he's going to be here with. Me and you, Pop, are going to be here for 4 years.
Right.
All right, and hopefully a 5th year extended. All right, so he's got it. He's got a guy. So we'll see. So if 9, what do you do then? GM Emilio Bucks, what do you do? Stay? Trade?
At 9, I'm gonna hold on to that number 9, and
Okay.
I'm drafting on the defensive side of the ball.
Ooh, okay.
That's just me being loving the defensive side of the ball. I'm still thinking about like someone to complement Montez Sweat, so I don't know who's there, who would be there available at 9. I hear what you're saying about a wide receiver. That would not be a bad move. Somebody who you have in the pocket at least for another number of years with your quarterback that you draft, whoever the hell that ends up being. So as a GM, I'm going defense.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be mad at grabbing a receiver.
Okay. What about the reports of possibly jumping up if the draft falls this way, the board goes this way, and you get Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and someone jumps up to get JJ McCarthy in the 4th spot? Would you be okay with the Bears trading up to number 5 to get a Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Absolutely.
So that's yes.
If that's an option,
that's a yes.
If that is an option, and I just wouldn't think Harrison would be available there, but if that were an option, absolutely. That would be out if they pull that off. I'm getting a Bears tattoo if they pull that off.
You're not going to get Super Bowl champs 2025, are you?
Never. But I'm gonna get a Bears tattoo if they pull that off. If they pull off getting their quarterback and Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't know what kind of hoodoo polls would have on these guys, but he's made some incredible moves thus far. So, like, I guess I can't put it past him.
I think that would be amazing. I just think that would be phenomenal. If they got that, if they traded back up in there. And here's another thing, like talking all options. All right, it seems most likely, and due to this, all right, the Bears 30 visits tracker. Okay, there's only one quarterback on there. All right, there's only one quarterback on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it seems, and Ryan Poles can, throw a nasty curve. Okay, but it seems like they're going Caleb. But if they trade that and go back to 2 get some picks, then you get Jaden Daniels with Marvin Harrison Jr. and trade back up for Marvin Harrison Jr., which you could do. Holy shnikes. I'm okay with either one, but because what I would be happy about would be the haul, would be some picks, because you're going to get Washington's going to give you definitely the number 1 next year and probably a number 1 in 26. And I'm like, wait a minute, you got a franchise a young quarterback, probably the best player in the draft, and Marvin Harrison Jr. and picks, and 2 first-round picks. So you restart. So everyone talks about restarting the quarterback clock, but you got picks as well. You got 2 first-round picks as well,
which is something this organization has been lacking in for years. We give up all our picks trying to make these big splashes, and it has hurt us in the short and the long run. So if they were able to shore up some more picks and get their quarterback and get Marvin Harrison Jr., again, tattoo on my face. Bears.
Jay Grizz asked, do you think the Commanders should give up that number 2 pick and 1 future first and second this year, along with Payne? All right. Well, hold on. If you give me Payne as well, so you get a first this year, second this year, and Payne, I might have to consider that one, because now the 3 tech deficiency is solved. That problem solved.
Right. We're
hoping Javon Dexter takes a big step and can fill that role, but Daron Payne can fill that role
for sure.
He can fill that role. Not only can he fill it, he can also be a mentor and be a competition. Breeds success. Now you can say, hey, this is home, and this is how you do it. And Javon Dexter would be smart to watch him on a day in, day out basis. Now you got 2 guys you can rotate.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. I personally would. I'd have to think about it. All right, and part of it is, I didn't want Caleb here. I'm still annoyed at that, but I got to move on. Right? So,
absolutely, we must move on.
Yes, we must. Jay Grizz, you said Jonathan Allen not paying. All right, his contract is a little more affordable, I want to say. I'd have to double check, but they're both of those contracts are pretty nice. But yeah, that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. Hey, Medio, listen, I appreciate your time this morning, Baba. Great talking to you as always.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Man, and we got to hit a Sox game. I'll get the tickets on Game Time. There should be about $3.
There we go. That's all they're worth.
And I'll bring the flask, baby.
There we go. Absolutely, brother. You know how we do.
I did that opening day. I'm like, you're not getting me. So I got one of them cups, went and rinsed it out in the bathroom, went up to the counter. Can I have a glass of ice, please? Sure. And a 7-Up or Sprite, $7.
It's like, damn it, it still got me.
But all right, bet. And that's, man, just sipping on that scissor.
Hey, man, you got to learn how to drink that liquor straight, and you'll be all good. Damn that $7 Sprite.
You know what? I might just to stick it to Jerry Reinsdorf. Just
take that Tito's to the face.
Man, I definitely need to ride home at that point, dog.
Right. Hey, man, the weather's still cool outside, so you'll be all right.
Hey, great stuff, man. We'll be in touch. And like I said, we definitely got to hit a game again. And
absolutely, brother.
All right, man. Hey, before you go, let everyone did I ask you already? Let them know where you're.
Yeah. You guys can catch me on Thursday nights, 9:00 Central. Right now, we're hosting a bullspit / Plunk podcast, where we discuss all things Chicago Bulls and Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs. We're doing a split show right now. We got a great guest coming up tomorrow, and we can be found on the Chicago Clubhouse Network on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Chicago Clubhouse Network. Look out, Plunked and Bullspit.
Good stuff, man. We'll be in touch soon. Thanks for coming on, Papa. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Have a good day.
All right, now. Guys, that's Emilio Bucks from the Chicago Plunk podcast and Bullspit podcast, talking with your guy. Man, that was good stuff. There's still a lot to happen. And, and again, everyone's assuming Caleb's going to be number one, and you should. All right. There's a lot of things that lead to that. And if he is, okay, great. I think he has the talent to really lead this team. And it's not the talent that's not the talent that I was ever worried about. And that's the thing that, that I try to, when I'm disagreeing with people, okay, and they're like, no, this is, that he's a better player than Justin, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's not. Talent was never the question. The talent never was questioned by me. Ever. It's not the talent. It's the other things. It's the leadership. Okay? It's the leadership. Now, if he can be a leader, he's got to win that locker room over. Okay? It's gonna be tough because of the legacy of Justin Fields, or the way he left the locker room being the leader. Okay? But if he can win that locker room over and start winning, then I think it'll go a lot smoother than people anticipated. Okay? So for me, it was never the talent. So I know, I'm going to deal with the trolls, which is fine. I thought you said this. I thought you did. And I'm going to have to remind them that it's not about the talent. All right? It's not about the talent. It's the other things. Okay? So, Evie Bear down, Tevin Jenkins, he goes, pain cakes. That's hilarious. King Booker World, you know what? You bring up a great point. New kickoff rules will also help a rookie quarterback with better field position. But not only that, all right, because they're 5 yards apart, 10 yards apart, the front line for the return team and the kicking team. Listen, if I thought of this, I don't know how. Oh, there's a little birdie right out of my window. He's looking at me. He's watching the show with me, with you guys too. Imagine a cross block or a fold block. Okay, a fold block is when one guy goes for, if there's two guys here, instead of taking my guy, I'll block yours, you block mine. Kind of like folding. So it's a fold block. A fold block, X block, okay, whatever terminology you use. Those types of things can cause to big time returns. Big time returns, especially if it's timed right. Like you get back, the offensive line. I don't know if I have to see if they can, how far they can drop back, or if they're just going to sit there and, because you got to give that receiver a chance to run and get up to there. But that could be a lot of big returns or house calls this year. Evie, call me crazy, but I suspect Poles will trade the number one to complete the team 90%. Now a QB that can thrive in the system. The Cowboys did well. The Cowboys didn't. The Cowboys built it around Aikman, but Aikman isn't a generational talent. Aikman wasn't. He was a great quarterback, but you can win with a great quarterback. All right. He was no game changer. He was no. Aikman is as much to credit for those 3 Super Bowls as Eric Williams, Nate Newton, Larry Allen, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Jay Novacek, Russell Maryland, Leon Lett, okay, Darren Woodson, like all these. I'd say as a quarterback, he might be a little more. He might be given a little more credit, but it wasn't him that won those Super Bowls. It was a team. And I could see that happening, Evie. I could see it happening. You know, if he pulls is drafting Williams, but trading a 25 pick for some 24 cap. It's possible. That's possible. You know, so we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out. As I said, everyone's assuming it's Caleb, and all signs are pointing to that. But if it's not, where do they go? What haul do they get? Because I'll tell you this: the only reason I think the Bears, or the only way I don't think the Bears draft at number 1 is if Washington gives them 3 first-rounders. It's the only way. Or 2 first-rounders in Deron Payne. Or 2 first-rounders in this year's second back. Or 3 first-rounders in this year's second back. You know, I don't know. He's got it. You know. Yeah. Evie, I agree. I agree. You know, it was a matter. Unfortunately, it's a matter of timing. I'm still a big Justin Fields fan. You know, it's timing. Remember, you're a Cub fan, so you'll understand this. You know, we talked about, as I just said, timing. Imagine if Jake Arrieta, and you remember the second half of 2015 and the first half of 2016, Jake Arrieta was unhittable. If you foul the ball off, you were happy. You had a good at bat. Remember that, Evie? Okay, Evie. You remember that? Well, his contract didn't come up at the end of 2016 when they won the World Series. His contract came up in 2017, the following year. And if his contract had come up in 2017 or 2016 after they won the World Series, he would have gotten his $200 million that him and Scott Boras were looking for. But because of the fact that it came due 2017 and he had cooled off a lot. Well, he only got 3 years for $75 million as opposed to 200. So timing's everything. Timing is everything. And it sucked that Justin got caught in that timing, you know, because I think with a staff like the surrounding supporting cast like this one, man, he could have gone to work. He could have gone to work big time. You know, it's going to be interesting how many people boo him, you know. So, well, listen, guys. Heavy. It's KB Rizzo and Javi on my birthday. Hey, guys, listen, we had a great show. I want to thank my guy, Emilio Bucks, for coming out talking sports with us. And I want to thank you guys. This chat was lit. Man, you guys are jumping. I love it. So 1 o'clock today, we're going to be on. I might not be on the 1 o'clock podcast today, but make sure to check out. It's going to be a game time decision. The SuperBack and Nomads Daily Bear Talk. But this show will be late tonight at 6 p.m. All right, so you can catch this again, and then we'll be back on Monday. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, to all my sports owners. I appreciate you. I love you. And listen, have a great day. Go be the reason somebody smiles today, okay? Do something nice for someone. There's far too much negative bullshit in the world. Let's do something nice for somebody. Make them smile, all right? Hold the door for a woman if you're a gentleman. Hold the door, you know. Just be a gentleman, all right? So for everybody at Sports Zone Chicago, Elliot Baez, our executive producer, Clarence Counsel, our social media guy, and my co-host, Adam Shamaya. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. I got to go pick up the warden. Ladies, gentlemen, have a phenomenal day. It's, 60-something degrees today, and your boy, the SuperBack, is gone.